Hi guys, and welcome back to She Dreams, She Plans. Today's video will just be an overview of my February setup, some things that worked out in January and other things that did not. So let's get started. Okay guys, so I'm just going to start with my calendar section and move on to each subsection of my planner. So starting with January, this is just the overview that I showed you guys when I initially did my setup. And what I really like about this happy planner, which is this cover, I don't recall the name of it, but what I really like is the overview from month to month, because it is this simple, mainstream, goal-oriented layout, which I really like. What I did this month is just follow, so important dates, birthdays, remember, and then my January top 3. The reason I like this is because, again, it is goal oriented. I have my top 3 here. And when I did my setup, I told you guys that typically I did not come back to this page. However, this month, it was one of my goals to come back to this page after I had written on it. And I believe that I did that. Not as much as some people may think, because it is just a very simple layout and a lot of things you are going to transfer over to your monthly view anyway. But I did come back just for like my doctor's appointments, like Tolo, and then the top 3, which are also in the Trendsetter expansion pack that I have in the back of the planner. So that is this portion. So for the month of February, I did use that. I did use it. Of course, the dates have changed. The birthdays have changed. And in the remember, in January, it was remember my weight loss journey and what my goal weight was. This month is push yourself this month. January was just the test. So the month of January has been very hard for me to get motivated to actually be on this weight loss journey. But in February, I am going to kick some booty. So that is my goal. So I wanted to remember that. So that is the February monthly overview page. So for January, just like any typical month, I keep it very simple. I don't like a lot of stickers. I don't like it to be like jumping out at me. It just bothers me. I really like the clean look, just pen to paper. I have these simple cupcake stickers that notate birthdays, but other than that, it is just some color and black. And I'm good because we have some design here at the top. You have this, there is sunshine in my soul today quote at the bottom, which I think is perfect. You got your pops of color just from the happy planner itself. And then I incorporate color using pen. So February did not change. I still love the pop of color. Love is in your life. Fall in love with your life. Love that quote. And then we have some pops of color again. I have these little stickers that notate some makeup days because our kids here in Indiana were out of school for a whole week because of snow and ice. So they have some makeup days and some virtual makeup days. So that is my monthly. And my weeklies are still the same. I get, these little posties to remember things when I'm planning out the week. Okay, so the next section that has a monthly view is my health section, which is, this is the wellness expansion pack. And what I dislike about what I did for the month of January, and unfortunately I did it for February and March as well, is actually right in my exercise days. Because I have not been feeling motivated, unfortunately, I have not been exercising all of these days. So at the end of the month, I have not exercised 16 days. So this is what I don't like, but I've written my exercise days in the month of February and March already. So it's kind of like, do I white it out? Do I, just go with it? So my thing is to just go with it. So that's the monthly. And then, as you know, for the weekly, I would journal about my exercise and things that I did throughout the day up here. I would record my food and water intake down here, and then record my steps at the very bottom. So for the month of February, again, I have no choice but to keep this same layout unless I want to do a whole bunch of whiteout, which I don't want to do. It's not that deep to me. But for the second quarter of the year, so April through June, I'll be able to kind of brainstorm and see what I really want to do with this section. So the monthly I can't change. However, my weekly overview I can change. So what I'm going to do down here, there are prompts. So a reflection today was thankful for, focusing on, looking inward, daily gratitude, joy of today. So with these prompts, I'm going to follow these prompts and journal down here. At the top, I'm going to journal my exercise in this top square. And then in this second square, I'm going to journal about my food and my water intake. So let's see how that goes. And again, I can change it for the next month if I don't like it, but I'm going to try that for the whole month of February. So fingers crossed that I like it. I do like that I had my steps down here at the bottom, but since I'm going to do my exercise up here and my water intake, I may put the step sticker kind of in the middle of that versus at the bottom so that it's like popping out at me. And my last section that has a monthly overview that I needed to set up was my Get It Done section, which is for my habits. And this houses my Trendsetter extension pack that I purchased. And I love this section of my planner. This is the most, I think, motivating section of my planner because it is who She Dreams, She Plans is. It is the real Keanu. It is, it is me. I love my Bible. I love God. So this section to me, it really speaks to me. And so for February, I will be keeping my layout for my month the same. I will do my monthly, my daily Bible verses and do the same thing that I did for the month of January because I really am in love with what I did for January on my monthly view. For my weekly, as you know, I copied my top 3 from the month of January from the calendar section. I came up with my habits and then I kind of filled in. So in my monthly goals section, I wrote like action steps in order to follow through with my top goals. And then I have a project life card and then the new releases of movies and TV shows for January and the happy plans area, my focusing on, and then Get It Done was just left blank because I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then my gratitude log again was 1 line, which of course you guys know that I did not like that. I will be changing that for the month of February. And then I have my page insert for my January verses. And then my Bible study pages. So going to February, I obviously have not written on the monthly because the days have not come for my Bible verses. However, for my sidebar, instead of just doing a quote, I asked a question. What is motivation? I answered that question. Motivation is the reason for people's actions, desires, and needs. And then from politician Jim Ryan, I got the quote, motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. So for February and for this section just in general is building habits. And so I think that was a perfect quote. And the motivation comes in because, again, like I said at the beginning, I was not motivated for the month of January at all. So which is bad in a way because we're getting started for the new year. So on to this page. So I did the same thing that I did for January and just copied my top 3 from my February overview page. I did my habits, and one of them changed because I want to get motivated to actually exercise. So I put it on my habit tracker. I love to put X's on my habit tracker. X's to me means that I did it. A sad face means that I didn't. So I want to see more X's than sad faces here, obviously. So I want to see if me tracking my exercise on my habit tracker is actually gonna motivate me to exercise, because I'm motivated to mark it off. In my monthly goals section, last month, again, I did action steps to make these happen. This month, I wrote a letter or a note to myself, Keanu. Focus this month on your goals. Do not allow what is happening around you to stop you from reaching your highest potential. Love yourself enough to keep going, even on days you aren't motivated. Love yourself enough to push through, because 2018 is your year. Love me. So this is just a letter to myself. Again, a note to myself that I hope if I look at it and I read it that I'm going to be motivated, because again, 2018 is my year. My checklist, I did the same thing as last month. My Bible verses and my habits, I don't check them off. It's just something that is a reminder for me when I come to this section of my planner. Down here in the notes, instead of having like the project life card, I did my new releases. And these are the 3 movies that I want to see for the month of February. And these 2 come out on the same day. But this is like more of a family one, and this is like girlfriend's night. So those are the movies that are going to be released. Down here at the bottom in the Get It Done section, I did not fill this out last month. However, I want to start my basement project. So these are the 3 things that I want to do in the month of February to start that process of getting my basement finished. And again, my focus, these are some things off of my 2018 goals list. So I want to focus on my weight loss journey, paying off one of my credit cards, and reaching my highest potential. This is probably my favorite area of this whole spread for the month of February. This is an old picture that I dug out of my picture box to kind of give me some motivation. Obviously, I was young. I'm still young. But this was maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I was very healthy. The note that I wrote, this right here is true motivation. Healthy me, happy me. Let's go, girl. I was the happiest when I was this size. I was healthy when I was this size. So this is, I hope flipping back here just gets me motivated to get back at least, closer to this size. Obviously, I'm older. And I won't, not have hips or anything anymore, but it is very motivating to actually see that picture and know that I was actually that small. This here, I haven't washi over this, but I'll do the same thing that I did last month and just write gratitude log on it. And as you know, last month I numbered all of these. I'm not going to number them until I'm ready to use them, so I can have as many spaces as I want. I will write February verses on this page to record all of my verses, an extra page for my verses, and then I have my Bible study pages just in the back that'll come forward once I do my Bible study for that week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the view of my January versus February, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I'm going to change. If you can please subscribe to my page. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you want to get notifications every time I upload a new video, click the bell button down below. Any suggestions, leave them in the comment section. And until next time, bye.